Kids, there's a reason we don't push, and it's not because we don't know what to do.
So that little segment at the beginning of the video was a statement that was made by YPR16, who is one of the guys on my team, Zen Kings, and he made that statement after our most recent match where we played Vengeance. If you guys haven't seen that, there will be a card at the top right corner of your screen, so you can click on that and go ahead and watch that match. But anyway, he made that statement after we played those guys that were a heavy rushing team. That was their play style, and I've made these videos before in the past. But I'm addressing it a little bit differently this time, and I'm not treating it as an issue to be resolved. I'm treating it as a play style to be discussed. So please go ahead, listen to the video, leave your thoughts and feedback down in the comment section below, and enjoy the video. So to begin this video, I wanted to give somewhat of a loose definition of what is, pushing versus passive. I don't want to call it aggression because you can be aggressive and passive. I really feel that I don't need to give a definition. When I say pushing, I think you guys kind of have a loose fucking idea of what is meant by that. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to define pushing as when you are moving with the intention of killing somebody within the near future or within the immediate present. So what that means is, someone is marked, you are moving to kill that person with the objective of killing them within the next 10 seconds or something like that. I think that's a good way of putting it. Passive playing would be trying to avoid interactions as much as possible. So anyway, with those loose definitions, with those working definitions, I'm going to go ahead and proceed. If you have problems with that, you can go fuck yourself. No, I don't mean that. If you have problems with that, go ahead and let me know down in the comment section below. I would love to nail down definitions. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to talk with pushing first because this is the this is the main thing that we're talking about here. With pushing is always a gamble. Even if all enemies are marked, let's say you're in a 4v2 situation and you have a drone up and you've marked those two individuals, that is still a gamble when you are pushing towards them, when you are within 20 meters and you are actively running to kill them, because even if they are all marked, do you know which direction these people are facing? Do you know what weapons they have equipped? You could have a good idea of what weapons they have equipped, but you don't know for sure. If someone sees you push, do you know that? Do you know if someone sees you run for cover and that one person tells their teammate, hey, there's a guy right behind you, turn around, and they're going to be expecting you? A lot of times when I'm marked or I'm one of the last individuals that's alive on the team and I am marked and people are pushing me, it is very easy for me to actually clutch that, because let's say I'm in a building, people are going to be running through doorways. They basically stack up like fucking clowns coming out of a clown car, and they are very easy to mow down. I call it the domino effect, no pun intended. And when people aren't marked and you're moving around the map confident as a motherfucker, that is an even harder gamble. It's even, you're rolling the dice even more. You might as well be at a craps table. Now when you play slow, you eliminate the gamble, or at least you minimize it as much as you possibly can, because when you play slow, you can make calculated steps a lot easier. You can decide, hey, if I move from this piece of cover to this piece of cover, am I likely to have been seen? There's a drone coming up soon. I know that this person is going to have their drone. They do not have their ability yet. Let's say an artillery drone goes up. Do they have their mortar yet? You can listen for, key things like restocks, or when people pull the pin on a grenade or something like that. You can listen for those things a lot easier, and you can make calculated decision based on that. Now, these decisions are way harder to actually make when you're pushing. I think we can all agree with that. When you run in and you are playing very fast, it is difficult to make those decisions correctly. Some people are very good at it though, and I think that's because that's all they do. In this game, I feel like 95% of the teams I play against are pushers. The 5%, which are very rare, 1 out of 20 matches will play somebody who's actually passive. That's just how I feel. Now, playing passive is also hard. It might even be harder. You have to be willing to be able to sit at a match for however long it takes to get the win. You are only concerned with the win. And by playing passive, you are controlling the pace. You decide when gunfights are going to happen. You are in control of the entire match. Your goal is to win before the first shot is even fired. Now, what does mean by that? What do I mean by that? That you win before the first shot is fired? Well, you make people who are used to playing a 5-minute round having to sit there for 10 plus minutes, maybe draw the first round, and they're sitting there through the second round before they even have the opportunity to pull their fucking trigger. It's all about control. And most people push, and that's why we play passive. That's why Zen Kings plays passive, because it's something that people aren't used to. Now, as soon as people start playing, very passive, we're going to start pushing more. I think about 90% of the time we play passive, 10% of the time we push. We just do that from a strategic position. You know, pushing does have its place. You still control the pace because let's say you play passive for 3 rounds, then you decide to push. You are mixing up everything. You are in control. Now, a lot of people call passive players pussies or a myriad of other things, you know, that I really don't care to repeat on here. But, you know, I don't find anything pussy or weak or retarded about being in control.
Oh my god!